Yeah, I'm Tom Clarke-Hill, and I've been over in the UK for almost 20 years now. And since coming here, I've been in a few TV shows, a couple of movies, but most of my work is doing voiceovers and radio, TV commercials, and movie trailers every once in a while. And I guess my biggest gig was I was Tony the Tiger for Kellogg's Frosties, which was a great sort of a job, you know. Well, I started out as a musician. That was my first calling, was to be a bass player. And then I've always been a mimic. It used to get me in trouble in school for mimicking the teacher and have to go to the office, get detention and stuff, and now I get paid for it. But I started doing comedy on the bandstand. And then that kind of snowballed into where I started doing comedy in clubs. And then I met some guys that were doing voiceovers, some cartoons and different things. And I heard what kind of money they were making, and I said, this is the job I want, you know. So I went to a couple of classes when I was in Los Angeles. I studied with a woman named Ginny Tyler, who was with Hanna-Barbera for years and years. And then I went to a woman named Susan Blue, who's still working as a voiceover artist, but she's a famous director and producer of voiceover stuff as well. So by the time I came to the UK, I had a really good show reel. I prefer voiceover acting over regular acting, although I like both. But I mean, the main adage in regular acting is hurry up and wait. But with voiceovers, they've heard you. So you've either got the gig when you go in there, or if it's a casting call, you're only there about 15 or 20 minutes until they hear you, and then they decide later. And I'd say that probably my favorite is ensemble voiceover stuff. To me now, repetition, I've really embraced repetition. It's like I read the words over and over and over until I don't have to look at the paper anymore, or until if I look at it, it's jumping off at me. And I'm able to make it my own. And also, I really like it in situations where you can paraphrase things too, so you can get the emotion across instead of sounding like a parrot, you know. But as far as preparation goes, sometimes you don't have any time to prepare. I mean, thankfully you sent me the script way ahead of time. When I first played that, it's probably the funnest I've ever had playing a game, because there were all those cut scenes where it's my voice going through it, you know. And my older son caught me one day kind of like talking along with myself, and he said, "Hey, Dad, it's sad, man." My favorite voiceover jobs are games and animation projects where, like I said before, there can be a group of you, you know, working off each other, so that some sort of thing that you don't expect to happen is going to happen by reacting off someone else. You know, but I definitely, games and animation projects are way above some of the other stuff I do. Yeah, I think the progression in Karl's character this time is that he's a little more interactive, and I felt a lot more comfortable doing his lines right off the bat. I think we kind of looked around a little bit for his character last time when we did Sniper Elite 2. And this time, you know, I just, after, like I said, you know, it's so great to actually play the game and to hear what you guys have done with the sound and everything, but that kind of like locks it into the space where he lives as well. It gets him down here. And I was talking like this all the way down in the car. I was going, "Turn left, Tom." "Why you, no, call yourself Karl. Turn left, Karl." And then I made it. Here I am. I'll probably just go to the gym and work off all this testosterone that I've had, you know, like scaling all these walls and going to all these different places and setting up my gun, you know, go lift a few weights and scream and grunt. Maybe have a swim after that. One bullet can change history, dude.